Hey pillars, and welcome back to another cycling news update. Tragic news coming from Team Ineos. Egan Bernal will be missing the 2022 Tour de France because of a broken femur that he sustained while in a training camp in Colombia. So very unfortunate for Team Ineos, and I will break down exactly what happened and what news we have so far in terms of his condition and how this will impact Team Ineos' plans for this year's Tour de France. Now, as of right now, there is no video of the crash to see how this took place, but sources are saying that he was on his TT bike, which we can see from the crash pictures. There's only two pictures right now, and it seems like he crashed into a stationary bus. Now, the first time I saw these pictures, I thought potentially they'd be motor pacing behind the bus, because in some countries that is normal, even if you are a pro. Then again, you would ask yourself, don't they have a team car? So I didn't really think that was the most probable thing, because if you wanted to motor pace, you could easily get, a Vespa or a motorcycle or a car, which is a lot safer than going behind a bus. But then again, this was with multiple riders. Richard Carapaz was there as well. So it does make sense that this was a stationary bus that was just there that he didn't see. But, when you're on the TT bike, it is hard to recorrect if something goes wrong in terms of reaction time. So very unfortunate. And I just want to say right now, he is in a stable condition, so he is okay. Health is always the most important thing in terms of the rider, and then how the team, bounces back from that is an afterthought versus their health. Now, taking a look at the second picture of the crash, you can see that the bus has a big dent in it. So he basically went with his TT bike full force into the stationary bus, which is just so unfortunate, and reminds me of his old teammate Chris Froome's crash on the same type of bike when the crash happened, which is the TT, and he broke the exact same bone, which is the femur. And Chris Froome broke it when he went into a wall. So I don't know which is worse, a bus or a wall, but either one is going to hurt and definitely put you out for some time. So we will be taking a look in terms of the bone. I just want to show you guys what bone exactly that he broke. If you guys are not familiar with the femur, it's the strongest bone in your body. If you have not known that, then you probably missed a science class or two. But basically, they confirmed at the La Sabana University Clinic that the recovery process, if he does it aggressively, will take 4 to 5 months. But that to be active again, they will need to spend at least 6 months in high competition. So you're almost looking potentially to a year out to get back to his previous form. So it'll take about 6 months to recover from this femur incident. So I don't know how bad it was. I don't know if this is legit Chris Froome's X-ray. I'm pretty sure it is, because he did break his right leg. But that one looks pretty nasty, and we saw how this injury basically derailed Chris Froome's professional career. Obviously, he's still in the pro peloton. Is that for marketing? I don't want to get into that debate right here, but we will be taking a look at a 3D image of the femur. Now, taking a quick look at this 3D femur, you can see that this is the bone that basically connects to your pelvis. And like I said before, it is the strongest bone in your body. So to break this, you have to be hitting it with some force, which Egan Bernal basically did. I don't want any jokes saying that because he's more or less a vegan that this is why it happened. But basically, this is not looking good for Ineos. I will maybe make a follow-up video once the official team for the Tour de France gets announced. But obviously, Egan Bernal winning the Giro d'Italia in 2021, was he going to be placed into the 2022 roster and really help Ineos get back that Tour de France W that they've been longing to get? Very probable that was going to happen. So the fact that he's no longer in the starting lineup for this year's Tour de France, we're going to have to see Ineos shift it around. But then again, we know Ineos, having the team that they have, they will be able to shift riders around. So I don't think it will be a problem necessarily, but it would have been nice to see Egan Bernal back at the Tour after winning the Giro and really helping his team get the yellow jersey. So just very unfortunate, but this bone is a bone you never want to actually break, because the recovery time is long. There always is complications with a bone like this. They're going to have to put rods and nails and screws and all the metal in that leg to make it better again. So very unfortunate. I just find it very eerie that he broke the exact same bone that Chris Froome. Now, yet again, cycling, you have clavicles, you have arms, and you have femurs that usually break, but that is just a very scary accident to happen. If we look back at those pictures one last time, I think it's very telling, because I don't know how pro riders, having the support of a team car, they should have someone motoring at least in front of them. I know it obviously is hard because I'm not a pro rider, so in terms of how they train is very up to these riders, but a bus like that, you shouldn't be coming into contact. So maybe it was a poor turn from someone else that was motor pacing him in front, another rider, another teammate. So It's going to be interesting to see if there's any official statement in terms of what actually happened, because if this was a stationary bus, then it could either be his fault or it could be his teammates that didn't call it out in time, because that's happened to me in group rides where there's big pylons and everyone shifts, and by the time the whole rest of the line, actually the pace line shifts over, you could actually hit that pylon if you don't see it in time. So reaction time on the TT bike, not as fast as on the road bike, so very unfortunate. I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys did enjoy seeing the 3D model of the femur, just because it's a bone in your body that you often forget about, but it's the strongest, so you never want to break that. So I wish Egan Bernal a speedy recovery so you can come back stronger, better, faster. I really miss seeing Egan at the Tour de France, and I'll leave it at that. So if you guys did enjoy the video, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Lots more content and update video coming very soon. And until the next one, keep on pedaling.